Okay, we see that we're on a crypto map that's trying to regain some color. That's nice. Now we know we're not naive. We can go from laughter to tears in a few moments. We're in the cryptocurrency world. I think you understand that Bitcoin rules the roost. Those who still haven't understood that, unfortunately, are new to crypto and need training. Unfortunately, Bitcoin is too dominant. Even today, Bitcoin is more than 61% dominant. So obviously, if Bitcoin starts to fall, there's no doubt this cryptocurrency won't stay in the green for very long the second Bitcoin starts to fall. But hey, for now, Bitcoin isn't falling. We're hovering between $81,000 and $85,000. For now, it's holding, so that's good. It's allowing altcoins to try to regain strength. And speaking of altcoins, I'm going to tell you about my little crypto. It's the Bend crypto. So why do I find this crypto interesting? So before getting into the analysis, let's take a look at its position. We're currently in position 288, so be careful. It's a mid-cap crypto. We call it a mid-cap crypto. So in fact, it's not a crypto with a low capitalization, nor with a high capitalization. So that's why we call it a mid-cap. It's a crypto, let's say, in the middle of the rankings in terms of market capitalization. So we've just moved up 3 small places. We can see that we're in a negative year and month, but we can see that we're trying to regain strength over the week. And so precisely, we're going to try to dissect all of this a little. So on the cryptocurrency side, well, what's going on? We see that unfortunately, really unfortunately, we're continuing to fall. And it should be noted, and this is really crazy news, but the Bend crypto just hit a low 2 weeks ago, lower than during the bear market. I don't know if you realize. During the 2022 to 2024 bear market, we stagnated here between 2.36 and here at a low of 0.948. We stagnated for a long time between these two key levels, so this formed a huge consolidation phase for us. And now, what happened 2 weeks ago? Well, we broke the last low for this cryptocurrency, and unfortunately, we're continuing the bearish phase, we're continuing to fall. We're at levels lower than the 2022 bear market levels. I don't know if you realize this, it's just incredible. So the question we're asking ourselves is, can we recover? Because yes, it's all well and good to have a cryptocurrency. I continue to say that I'm investing in it because I'll explain why later. But it's true that for the moment, it's very difficult to believe that this cryptocurrency has a future. When we look at the configuration, we see that in December, we were almost at 2.333, and today we're at 0.812. So if we take the high from the low, that still gives us a minus 70%. I still think that we've achieved a sufficiently prolonged retracement. We've still sought out sufficiently low key levels, so we're closer to a rebound zone. In any case, I hope so, rather than any further bearish movements. In any case, that doesn't mean we can't fall. Of course, we can continue to fall. We can continue to seek even lower points. But we've fallen so much that right now, I'd be surprised if we're down 50%, 70% again. Anything's possible. Of course, we're in cryptocurrency. It wouldn't be surprising. But still, we've already experienced a relatively significant drop. What's important to note is that the RSI is currently at 40. So we're very, very low. What's also important to note is that for the moment, the momentum is 100% controlled by the bears. And for now, there are no signs of weakness on that front. Perfect. What we want, if we really want to try to regain a little hope, we have no choice. We're going to have to get back into the range, precisely the famous bear market range. So we have to get back into that range. So we need to get back above 0.956. I remind you that as long as we're below this range, we're putting ourselves in danger. I also remind you that in fact, this range must be viewed from a monthly perspective because we're really in the middle of a very long-term movement. We're not talking about an overnight movement. This is a movement that's been in the making for weeks and weeks. So there's going to be a decisive close in March. We don't want to have a close below the key level I mentioned. We don't want that. Really, we don't want that. It wouldn't be good news at all. It doesn't mean things are going to tank, but it still wouldn't be good news at all because it would mean we're officially breaking through the key lower levels. So it would still mean we're officially going below the key bear market levels. Right now, as you can see, in the monthly view, we don't have a close yet. The close will take place in 9 days. So there's still a little time to try to get back above it. However, it's worth noting, but let's imagine we manage to close within this range. Here, on the other hand, it could be interesting because there could have been a liquidity injection here to, why not, re-enter the range from below. And I remind you that if we re-enter a range from the bottom, the goal would then be to try to reach the top of the range here at 2.352 comma, and why not try to break it to the north, especially since it's worth noting. But look at this configuration in monthly view. That's why I always list it as a crypto nugget. I have no idea if it will ever succeed in breaking through or not. All I know is that the configuration is monstrous in terms of explosiveness. It's monstrous. Why am I telling you this? Because we have really extremely tight Bollinger Bands in monthly view. What does that mean? This means that when these Bollinger Bands are broken, whether upwards or downwards, it doesn't matter. Be careful, but it's important to note that we're sitting at the bottom of the Bollinger Band. So be careful though, caution, enormous danger, imminent danger, extreme danger. I don't know what words I can use to say that this crypto is incredibly dangerous today. Why am I telling you this? Because we're currently sitting at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. We know we have extremely tight Bollinger Bands, so be careful. If we break these Bollinger Bands from the bottom, we risk prolonging the downward movement. The next target, look, we're calculated together, but the next target, minus 63% again. No, but that would be mind-blowing. So be careful, danger. Earlier, I was saying that I don't think it could actually drop further, but in reality, anything is possible. Really, anything is possible in cryptocurrency, so be careful. Extreme danger if we break these Bollinger Bands from below, and yet it's contradictory because I'm telling you it's a crypto gem. So we obviously have to put things into perspective. Right now, we're in an extremely delicate situation. That doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Yes, today the situation is delicate, but maybe in a week we'll re-enter the range. And now, on the other hand, we're moving from a delicate situation to a potentially bullish one. If we go looking for the top of the range and we break this range from the top, but then in that case, we will have to go from tears to laughter because we could expect an extremely volatile movement this time towards the north. So let's not be naive. That's how it works in cryptocurrency. Everything can change from one second to the next. There are a lot of people who really struggle with this concept. It's a concept of extreme volatility. This is what characterizes the cryptocurrency sector. I remind you that if you're not ready for this volatility, then unfortunately, you have no business being in cryptocurrency because unfortunately, this is the sector where there is extremely high volatility. So here we still have this situation which for the moment is completely crazy with a major danger here if we break the Bollinger Bands from below. But if we manage to get back into the range, this time it could be a really excellent opportunity to, why not, try taking a position. In any case, I had already taken a position on this cryptocurrency a few weeks ago. We were around 1.15 or something like that, so we were roughly in that zone. So yes, for now, the position is a little negative, it's true. But we were in that zone, and I also think that if we re-enter the range, I might take another position. So from memory, I had put $75 in at that point when I first took the position. I think that if we manage to close within the range, I'll put either $50 or $75 back into this cryptocurrency. And I think I'll accumulate again each time, maybe every 2 weeks, every month, I'll accumulate between $30 and $50 to try to catch the breakout of this range from the top. Because afterward, if we ever manage to break this range from the top, in that case, we could have a really interesting move. Because the top of the range is here at 2.354. The target's in the event of a breakout from the top. So here, as you can see, the bullish scenario. So we would first look for 2.788 at plus 17%, 3.477 at plus 47%, 4.895 at plus 107%, 5.957 at plus 153%. And I even think that, given the look of the monthly Bollinger Bands, we could even look for much higher points. So, as you can see, this could be an extremely interesting move. But today, at least, if we take today as a starting point, it's true that it's not working. Well, it's all or nothing. It's not that it doesn't make you want to invest, it's that it's scary. Because in reality, we could say that we are on a very good opportunity. Because for those who think this cryptocurrency won't fall, then yes, we could be looking at a very good opportunity. But for those who think that we'll indeed break the range, we'll break the Bollinger Bands, and that if we do that, it's not a good sign, then we know it could lead to lower points. Once again, when we want to look for entry points, the best thing to do is to test the DCA tactic. I remind you that this is a tactic that allows you to smooth out entry prices. Obviously, we're not there yet, but it's really all or nothing. It's true that for investors who think it will rise again, this is an excellent opportunity. For those who think we'll break the Bollinger Bands from the bottom, then in that case, it's true that we will most likely have opportunities, perhaps better ones later on. In any case, I'm still going to wait for the monthly close to see where we close, because it's certain that if we close below the range, it won't necessarily be a very good sign. I'm really going to wait. We're really going to hope to close inside the range and perhaps try later in the coming weeks to reach the top of the range and break through it, finally starting a bull run.